This conference will now be recorded.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Okay. మనకి టోటల్ కోర్స్ వచ్చేసి 2 months. అలాగే నేను ఏమి స్ప్లిట్ గా చెప్పను కోర్స్ కంప్లీట్ అయింది. ఎక్స్క్లూడింగ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ 2 months.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, fine.
Yes, sir.
1 minute. Okay, because of hello? Hello?
Yeah, hi, sir.
Yeah, hi. Okay. Okay. Coming to this course, it's both functional and automation. Hello, hi Hemant. Can you hear me, right? Okay. Okay. Coming to this course, we are going to cover both functional and automation testing. I will show you. I'm just going to share the screen. Confirm me you are able to view. What are the topics we are going to discuss as part of this training? This is a functional or manual testing training, I will call it as. This is the course we are going to cover as part of the manual testing. Introduction, that means what is testing? And what is I will start with what is software engineering. That means how we will build the software, how we are calling it as a software engineering, and then what are the different types of softwares are available, and what is the software testing types, principles, web architecture, because most of the times we are going to test UI applications or API. API is totally different concept, but what is the web architecture? If we know, then it would be easy. Then SDLs, software development life cycle, and their models. Software testing life cycles, bug life cycle. That means what is the defect and how to log the defect. Those all things we are going to do that practically. And testing types. Some that means black box testing, white box testing, gray box testing, and which testing we are going to do, who will do which testing. Those are things we are going to cover. And testing techniques. We will have some techniques to write the test cases. We are going to cover that. And functional testing types. How many functional testing types are there? How many non-functional testing types are there? If you go on search in the Google, you may find 100 types of words. Okay. And what is the non-functional FSD introduction? What is the functional specification document? Based on this FSD only, we are going to write the test cases. So what is the FSD? What are the things will be there in the FSD? How we need to write the test cases using the FSD? This is the thing we are going to do regularly in our day-to-day job. Next, what is the difference between the test cases and test scenarios? How to write the test cases? What is the defect template? How to log the defects? And what is the traceability matrix? And what are the few testing metrics we are going to use in the normal? That means we're at the end of the test cycle. These are the things we are going to cover as part of the functional testing. But this is the theory thing, and at the same time, these are the test cases. I will show you a few examples how that means these are some sample test cases which is already there. I will share these test cases and I will ask to execute these first. I already written because once you have these test cases, it would be easy for you people to understand the format. Then after, I will ask to write some sample test cases like how to write the test cases for login functionality or some. And at the same time, once those are completed, then we are going to start writing the test cases for this particular document. This is the FSD document. So then what will happen was you will get the hands-on. How we will write what is the function specification document, how it would be there in the organization, and how we are going to write the test cases, how the document will come. By seeing this document, you will understand everything. Okay, these are the requirements. So based on these requirements, you need to write the test cases. And at the same time, while executing those test cases, you will identify some issues and you are going to log those issues also. Okay. So this is about the functional testing or manual testing. And same time, at the end, I am going to share, actually I will use this functional testing PPT to drive the class. That means what are the topics we are going to cover here you can see. These are the things we are going to discuss as part of our course. This is theory wise. And even I have only some small slide is there in the agile, but we are going to take 1 or 2 classes to discuss only on the agile, because nowadays each and every organization is following this development lifecycle model only, agile only. Previously you can see different are there, but those are not existed. As of now, we have only one model. 90% of the organizations are following the agile, and I will explain why we are doing that. But when I started my career, we followed the V model 10 years back. It's got changed. Then, what is the software testing lifecycle model? Then after, the life cycle, different testing types, black box, white box, testing techniques, functional testing types, non-functional testing types, and levels of testing. And verification and validation. Why I put this slide separately? Because whenever you went for the functional testing interview, they will ask what is the difference between the verification and validation. If you know the concept very clearly, you can explain this thing. And second thing, how you need to learn means, how you need to prepare for the interviews means, for each and everything, you should prepare one example. If they ask what is the verification, you have to explain the theory with an example. Or if they're asking the test cases, you have to try to give the examples, how to write those test cases. So everything you should come up with one example. Second thing, once one topic is completed, Suppose today we completed what is testing. Then in the interview point of view, what is the your task was, if a person is asking me what is the testing, how I should explain. You can find, you no need to explain what is the statement, what I am going to explain, or what is the statement I am described in this particular slides. You can prepare your own, or you can search and you can prepare your own sentence, and you have to make sure you are going to explain that confident. Okay, that is how for each and every I will explain what are the interview questions they will ask on the each topic and how to prepare those things. I will give those suggestions, and at the end of the this particular course I will share one few material which is having 4 to 5 pages, which will have the question and answer type. So what will happen was, I am also going to, sometimes I will, whenever interviews are there, once I will refer those things. In the manual testing, the concepts are not changed. It's the same concepts. Concepts are not changed, but the way we are doing got changed, but the concepts are same here. Now, this once this is completed, then I will start automation testing. Okay, in the automation testing, what are the topics we are going to cover was, we will start from the Java basics. I will first start the core Java only. I won't jump directly into the Selenium. In the core Java, initially it will take much time to understand these topics, but step by step you will understand. I will explain and I will give the examples and I will give the assignments for each and everything. How much you are doing the practice, that much perfect you will become. If you are not practicing, I can't help. But if you are practicing and if you are having any queries, you can ask me at any time, or you can send me the programs to me. I can correct them. I can discuss on the next sessions. Okay, that's why I'm not going to hurry to complete the course. But if you are learning from me, means you should be perfect on the how to perfect on what you are learning. Learn only few topics. If you feel something is difficult, leave out. But until whatever you are learning, that should be perfect. So we are going to start with the Java basics, and next one is we are going to jump into the OOPS concepts. What is the inheritance, polymorphism, these things. In general, what will happen was we have to learn this for the interview purpose. But when we are going to write the actual coding, we won't mind this is inheritance or these all things. How we are need to write the script, and we may write separate classes. Each time we will create one separate class, the test case, we are going to use some reusable methods. That is different, but appearing the interview is different. So you are going to learn the OOPS concepts. Then Java core concepts. What is the static and final, local and global variables, scope of the variables, packages and access modifiers, exception handling, working with files and Excel. That is most important for any tester. You should know how to work with an Excel file, because we are going to send the data using the Excel. When you are doing the automation, we will call it as a parameterization. So you should know how to work with the Excel and how to work with the files. Apache Py we are going to use, and next thing is date and time API. This is also very, very important. Why? Because you need to generate sometimes the date, or sometimes you have to convert the date to string and you need to compare. So we should have very good hands-on experience on these boards. Once that is completed, then we are going to discuss the Java collection. In this list, you set map. Okay, collection and map. In the Java collection, only list view set will come. Map is a different part. Java, in the Java, map is a different object. Okay, but we are going to cover, because when we are writing the framework, or when we are start writing developing the Selenium scripts using the Selenium, we are going to use those. So I'm not saying you should become perfect on the entire data collection. It's a huge topic, but you should know what is the list, what is the array list, how to add those. Views we won't use much, but set it's required, and map we are going to use much. So I will cover, I will give the overview, but I will concentrate more on what are the things we are going to use in the automation. That is what more important for us. Learning entire Java is not required for, you don't need to learn the multi-threading, you don't need to learn the advanced topics. But For writing the script, for writing the code, what is required, that I will thought. Okay. Then we will start with the automation. What is the automation? Why we have to automation? In general, why we are doing the automation? For the regression testing. What is this regression testing? When we do the regression testing? Once functional testing is completed, you will get very good idea on that. Then you will understand why we are doing the automation. So we are going to compare what are the second. This is the only theory topic in between. And when we are starting the automation, first two topics will might be a theory thing. That means what is the Java architecture, how it is going to execute those things. Then after in between, this is the only theory topic. Once that is completed, then we are going into the Selenium concepts. Introduction. Selenium IDM is for the theory purpose. We will never use the IDEs. We won't record and playback. We won't do that. But for a theory, you should know. That's why I'm just including that. But most of the time, I'm going to work on the web driver. How to automate an application using the web driver. That means it's not like we are going to cover one after one topic. It's not going to be like that. We will take one UI, and from the day one onwards, we are starting the automating that particular UI. And once the additional topics are going to add, you are going to change the same script. That means once that is completed, by end of this session, you will create one framework. You will get understanding of the all the Selenium topics, test engine, and reporting, extent reports. This is the framework creation. First, we are going to discuss about the Maven, and then test engine. What is the test engine? What is the annotations, features, integration? How to integrate this with the Maven? How to execute through the Maven? We are going to learn this. This is the high-level topics only. Okay. In the annotations, we have so many. Then that is completed. Then we are going to start on the page object model. What is the page object model? Where we are going to use the page object model and working with the property files, connecting to the database, and parameterization, extent reports, execution. Even if I place the parameterization here, it doesn't mean we will go in this order only. Whenever it is required, we are going to it's kind of, I'm not going to follow the same order, but we are going to cover these all the topics. This is the entire our course. So it will take 2 months. Based on the holidays, or sometimes I may have some work. Mostly I will try to come regular, but I'm giving very clearly. Sometimes because of I need to extend in the offices means one or two classes is going to delay, then I may request to extend the class on Saturday or Sunday like that. But 2 months is the minimum time it will take. Okay, clear? Any queries from your side now? Saturday. Monday to Saturday. టైమింగ్ ఒకసారి వాళ్ళు ఆఫ్టర్ ది ఫైనలైజ్ దే విల్ ఇన్ఫార్మ్. టైమింగ్స్ నువ్వు డిసైడ్ అయిన తర్వాత చెప్తారు వాళ్ళు. కాకపోతే 6 days క్లాస్ కాకపోతే ఇది 3 months పడుతుంది. ఇది ఇంకా ఎక్స్టెండ్ అవుతుంది. మీకు ఏమవుతుందంటే ఎప్పుడైనా కానీ స్టార్టింగ్ 1 month మనకి బాగా ఉత్సాహం ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. We need to want to learn and we need to complete the course. It will be like that. If it is a 3 months or 4 months course, when I'm the batch here, I joined RS IT Technology to learn the core Java C++ 3 times. First 1 week I will go regularly, because the one of the happiest thing now is we are sharing the recordings. When we are learning, there is no recordings. If you miss one class, it's very difficult to what is they told in the previous class and what we are listening them, it will become a Tamil picture, or it will become the language which we don't know. Then obviously we will lose the interest, and one of our friends will say we will go to the movie. So done. But now what will happen was we have the recording. CV you didn't attended one day or one day, then you will have the next 24 hours are there, and you will get 1 hour of the time and you can go through the sessions. And if you have any queries before starting the session, always I will do two things. One is, before starting the session, I will ask what are the, if you have any doubts on the previous session. And second section, after ending of this class, I will ask, do you have any queries on today's session? If you want repeat, I will repeat. But you have to make sure you are understanding the concept clearly. Okay. So, but as a tester, you should have two things. One is asking the queries is a best quality for any tester. You should ask even it's a very silly doubt. Ask because I also learned from the very basics. I struggled a lot and then after only I learned. Sometimes I will feel shy to ask how to write the for loop. Don't feel like that because I know the pain, because I learn by my own and I learn sometimes I will struggle a lot. That means when there is no support or sometimes you have to resolve by your own means, there is a days to resolve a simple thing, it was taken days for me. So ask each and every query, not only here, not only about the function that means coding part. Even it's a small doubt on the functional thing or some small, very small doubt on the FSG document also, please ask. Not only to me, when you entered into the organization also, you have to ask so many queries. As a tester, that is your quality. You should have so many queries. Second thing is ambiguities. That means don't think, don't assumptions. Assumptions are you should not work your do your work based on the assumptions. As a tester, it's not a good quality. Assumptions are the we can't do that. Suppose in the document they mention 2 plus 2 equal to 6. That is the customer requirement. Obviously, you will get the doubt, right? No, they have written wrongly. The document is wrong. And 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. I know, I'm very clear. And you, if the even developer also developer like that 2 plus 2 equal to 4, and you pass the test case, then client will come and escalate you. I told 2 plus 2 equal to 6, but you pass this as a 4. Then you will say, no, in general, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 means who asked your assumptions? Who asked your thoughts? My requirement is 2 plus 2 equal to 6. Then you got some doubt, right? Actually, 2 plus 2 equal to 4, but here they have written the 6. Then what you have to do is you have to write the query for that. You have to reach the BAT. Business analyst will be there. You can write a query. As per now, our understanding, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, but in the doc it is 2 plus 2 is equal to 6. Is it typo or this is how it should be? Based on their confirmation, you have to execute the cases. See, what will happen was as a tester, you will always face different situations. In the same scenario, 2 plus 2 is equal to 6, they have written in the document. And you tested and you passed with that. And then the customer will came back and say 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, how you pass with the 2 plus 2 is equal to 6? Then what is the answer you are going to do? Because it's there in the document, I passed it, the 2 plus 2 is equal to 6 means you have to highlight, right? If there is something wrong in the document, you have to highlight why you not highlighted. That is the minimum basic thing you didn't follow. 2 plus 2 equal to 4 also your team don't know. They will come up like that. Then what we have to do? Something we have a query. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, 2 plus 2 is equal to 6. It's a small issue for you, but not it will become a very big issue in the organization. Not the same scenario. Then you have to write the query for that. You have to take the confirmation. When the client came back and asked, actually 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 only, and you are passing with the 2 plus 2 equal to 6 means, then you will open the query and you will show them. We raised the query. You people told the functionality should be like that only. So we do the testing on the same manner. Then as a tester, you did your job fine. Or else, obviously they will ask you. Now, testing is easiest job, but at the same time, it's the most responsible job also. Why? Because there will be n number of cycles will be going on, releases will be going on. If there is any issue from the customer side, to whom they will ask first? From the product manager onwards, development manager, if you have testing manager, test lead, all the cycle will come first, it will go to the tester who tested that functionality. They will come and ask you what are the test cases you have written, how you cover this scenario. Is it passed in your functional testing or automation testing? You have to be with the proofs. That means you should capture the screenshots. Whenever we are executing, we will do the capturing the screenshots and we will save them. We will archive those for the 6 months. 1 or 6 months save చేస్తాం. That means in the 6 months, whenever the customer came and they asked this query, client came and asked this, we will show this. At that time, it's working fine. That's why I pass with those skills. Sometimes what we have because of the integration or because of the production, it will pass in our UAT and our own systems. but when it went live because of the different environments, it may fail in the production. But we have to make sure you pass. That means you tested that functionality and you have the proof for that. When you are doing the automation means you don't need to save anything because when we are executing things itself we will take the screenshots and the reports will be there. You can open the report and you can show them. But when you are doing the functional testing, you have to take the screenshots. Okay, clear? So as part of the functional testing, what you are going to learn was writing the test cases, execution, defects. As part of the automation testing, what you are going to learn, writing the test scripts, execution, and analyzing the reports. These three activities we will do on the day-to-day basis. Okay. Any questions? No. Selenium is only for web. We can't automate the desktop applications. But UFT is going to be automate the desktop, web, API, mobile. It is going to support all. But Selenium is purely for web. If you need to automate mobile, you have to go for API. And if you need to go for the API automation, you have to go for REST issue or Karate framework. So, but Selenium is pure web to automate the web applications only. Okay. It's totally different. Mobile automation is different. API automation is different. API testing is different. Functional testing and the Selenium is different. It will come as part of the UI. At the same time, you have the performance testing also will be there. Load runner or JMeter they are going to use. That is a totally different concept. The way of testing also different. Even here also testing is context going to automate or we are going to test. If you are doing the banking application, the things we will follow differently. Finance, insurance kind of application, healthcare domain, some governance risk and compliance domain. Based on the domains also, our way of you doing the testing will change. You can't follow the same testing for all the things. Okay. So they will inform you from when the course going to be commenced and the timings. But it is a 1 hour session. Max I will take 45 to 50 minutes only. I will don't take entire 1 minute. First 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes for the Q&A. And even you can ask me the query whenever you want. You can stop me and you can ask me. Not on the end of the session. You no need to wait. Because the problem is if you have some query on your mind and you want to wait till the end of the session means you won't listen the remaining the class. You won't put the concentration. These are my problems. I want to ask the query. At the end, I'm thinking about that only and I believe what he's saying the next thing. That's why I'm saying very clearly, stop me and ask me. Once that is clear, don't worry about the others, what they are thinking about, because we are learning. If you have the confidence, then you will ask the queries. If you don't have the confidence, you won't ask the queries in the group. Okay. Build the confidence. There is so many people, 50% of the people in the organizations will do instead of having the good knowledge on the functional or these all things, they will manage using their communication skills. If you're good in the communication skills, they will manage because they will go and talk with the manager. They will go and talk with anyone very openly. But we will bit reserved means it will take some time. Even for the manager also, it will take some time. Who is working, who is not working. They will know that. But if you have the both communication skills and the functional thing, that means the knowledge or the technology, then they will give high priority to you. So both should be there. If you are very good in the technical and you are not able to speak, means how the others will know. So try to learn that way. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining.